Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely elevate your retail spatial design by unpacking the strategic and operational benefits of direct-to-wall printing. We're drawing these insights straight from the experts over at Coast Mural Pros. Look, if you want to completely transform your store's environment, it really starts with treating your physical space as a strategic asset, not just some holding area for merchandise. Let's dive in.
All right, here's our roadmap for today's masterclass. We'll be covering the power of retail walls, strategic mural placement, the direct-to-wall advantage, zero downtime installation, and finally, pricing and practicalities. We're starting with a massive paradigm shift on spatial branding, and we'll end with the hard numbers you need to actually operate effectively. So let's kick things off with Section 1, the power of retail walls. It's time to rethink the boundaries of what your physical store can actually do. I want you to think about this quote for a second. In retail, the walls are working whether you use them or not. It's brilliant, right? Because a plain, empty wall is basically a silent drain on your real estate. It's a missed business opportunity. Think about the massive overhead costs associated with commercial square footage. Every single inch of that space needs to earn its keep. A custom mural, on the other hand, well, that's an active participant in your sales strategy. It invites customers to come in, it prompts them to look around, and it gives them this visual anchor to remember the space long after they've left the store. You're literally transforming dead space into a dynamic brand touchpoint. So why exactly are top-tier retailers leveraging this? Well, a custom mural does a whole lot of heavy lifting all at once. First off, it stops foot traffic right from the entrance or window. It acts as a huge visual disruptor. Second, it boldly sells your brand's colors, story, and vibe. Instead of just burying your identity in a tiny logo above the cash register, you're enveloping the consumer in an immersive environment. And hey, consumer psychology tells us that keeps shoppers in the stores significantly longer. Third, it gets shared. We're talking photo-worthy, tags on social media. User-generated content is like highly effective, free digital marketing that puts your store in front of a massive secondary audience. And finally, it sets the perfect scene, making your actual product displays really pop. It turns your walls into active marketing engines. Moving right along to Section 2, strategic mural placement. Let's figure out exactly where these murals work best in your layout to maximize that psychological impact. Okay, so where do these actually go? The locations listed here offer the absolute highest return on investment for your space. The most effective spatial branding requires a deep understanding of customer flow. For example, placing a mural behind the checkout counter, that leverages the highest dwell time area in your entire store. It gives customers something visually captivating to engage with while they wait in line. Meanwhile, fitting rooms are prime real estate for all that user-generated content we just talked about. By putting high-quality art in there, you create an organic, built-in selfie backdrop right at the point of a purchase decision. Entrance-facing walls and storefront windows act like a magnetic force, pulling traffic right off the sidewalk. Even temporary spaces like seasonal pop-ups can use this to establish a commanding brand presence instantly. And that takes us to Section 3, the direct-to-wall advantage. This is where we unpack the tech that's making traditional retail graphic installations pretty much obsolete. So what is direct-to-wall printing? Basically, it's a process where custom graphics are printed straight onto the store walls without sitting on a film. The ink bonds directly into the surface. This is a crucial technological leap for commercial spaces. By printing straight onto the wall, we entirely eliminate the common failure points of traditional applications. It's a seam-free technology, and it instantly upgrades both the premium look and the long-term durability of the installation. Here's where you really see the difference. Traditional methods, they rely heavily on vinyl films that, let's be honest, inevitably fail over time. They leave behind a sticky residue, they have highly visible seams, peeling edges, and they demand super intensive, costly labor to strip away once a campaign is over. Direct-to-wall printing bypasses all of that. Because the UV ink bonds directly into the microscopic pores of the wall, it is totally seam-free. It easily holds up to the reality of retail. Heavy foot traffic, constant movement of displays, rigorous cleaning, all without ever looking tired or peeling away under your store lights. But wait, you might be wondering, what happens when my campaigns change? Because retail moves incredibly fast, right? Top stores utilize this super simple, frictionless two-step process to swap out looks. Step 1, you simply paint over the existing wall with standard primer and paint. Step 2, print the new design directly onto that fresh, blank surface. That's it. There's absolutely no vinyl to strip, no heat guns, no sticky residue, and zero expensive drywall repair. This level of agility means you can adapt your physical space almost as fast as your digital marketing strategy. Let's transition to Section 4, Zero Downtime Installation. We are going to look at installing fast and systematically dismantling every retailer's biggest operational fear, store closures. I really want you to focus on this number right here, 5. Most single walls take under 5 hours to completely install. In the retail sector, downtime is immensely expensive. The true cost of a store renovation isn't just the materials and the labor, it's the revenue bleeding out during those lost selling days when your doors are locked to the public. With a 5-hour turnaround, you can achieve a massive aesthetic overhaul with absolute minimal friction. You never want to lose prime selling hours for a feature wall, and honestly, with this process, you absolutely don't have to. The installation process is inherently seamless because it relies on zero curing time and low odor inks. This is a real game changer because it opens the door for completely flexible off-hour scheduling. The work can easily be done before you open, long after you close, or on a notoriously slow business day. For much larger, multi-wall jobs, the workflow can even be phased so that major parts of the store stay open and fully operational. And since the inks cure instantly with UV light and emit very low odors, your retail environment remains entirely undisrupted and perfectly safe for your shoppers the exact second your doors unlock. This brings us to our final segment, Section 5, Pricing and Practicalities. Let's look at the bottom line, because confident experts always ground their strategies in hard numbers. Based on East Coast Mural Pros standards, the pricing framework is highly accessible and straightforward. The base setup fee starts at around $3,500. The first 250 square feet are priced at $30 per square foot, and for larger projects, that rate actually drops to as low as $15 per square foot. Now, while final numbers will obviously scale depending on your specific wall size and texture, this transparent breakdown gives you the exact math needed to forecast your budget. More importantly, it highlights why direct-to-wall is a vastly more cost-effective capital expenditure over the long term. Instead of constantly paying for labor and materials to patch or replace damaged vinyl year after year, you're investing in a durable, permanent asset that delivers immense ROI. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought. Your walls are talking to your customers right now. What are they saying? Are they a blank, uninspired void that just drains the energy from your space? Or are they a magnetic asset, actively pulling foot traffic in and building this immersive world around your brand? The choice is literally written on the wall. Thank you so much for diving into this masterclass with us today.